Alright, what is up, guys? As very rebooted, Roblox, known as the Blue Shoot Gamer. I am joined with the Collusion, who's also known as the Shadow Freddy Secret. Egg Lord slash Monday 1100 is not here with us right now. He's on a trip, so this is gonna be a little bit of a guide without him. So, this guide is gonna be for the newest stuff. Overnight, the Fnaf Overnight 2 just updated, and it has some new characters in it. So,
Can there be a YouTuber wall for the
so
YouTubers?
there are 3 new badges. There is the Siren Head badge is back out to be played as. There is the Golden Funtime Foxy and the Springbonnie. Now, none of these are too insanely hard to get except for the Springbonnie. And I will show you how to get all 3 of those. So, we're going to start with Siren Head, because a lot of people have been wanting to know where Siren Head is, and it's not too hard to get.
You're showing people?
Yeah. That's the point of the live stream. Okay, so...
You're live streaming?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we head over here, right next to the gigantic tower that stands out like a beacon, and we head up here. So if people know anything about overnight, they know that this is also a way to get to the ghost Bonnie. So it's kind of similar with the starting point, but it does end up changing. Wow, we have 4 people watching. So now we want to get on here. So we're basically on the edge of the map. Yeah, I wouldn't want to fall down there. That smoke just makes that so creepy because you don't know what's down there. Okay, so we keep running across here. Then right here. You can see right here. If we drop down right here, we have Siren Head's head, basically. And so that's how that's pretty easy. You just come over here and hit it. It's not that hard. That's the first one. The next one is Golden Funtime Foxy, which is a little bit harder because it has an obby, but it's not too hard. How do you get Fire Fazbear up? So, you know where it is, you just gotta make that jump. Now, I've even shown this on one of my live streams before. Even I struggle to get that jump, but it is possible. Because I've done that live, I've shown how to get it, and I've even shown me fail probably about 100 times trying to get it, but then I did eventually make it.
And it's possible for Xbox people to make it?
It's not, but it's hard. Like, it's just as challenging. Like, people will give up and say it's impossible, but it's really hard.
I said, like, it's possible for Xbox.
Yeah, it's possible. It's just really hard. So, we're on the edge of the map. We're along the edge again, and you see this rock formation. So, up there is where we need to go, only we can't jump. So, right here, this corner right here, there's a little golden drop right there. And then you just got to follow this path. The reason I'm saying this was not hard is because hard stuff will include running, and you don't really need to run to do any of this.
And the last badge is gonna be, like, hard.
Yeah, the last one that I'm going to be showing you is hard. Okay, so now we're up here, so you can see we are on top of this area. We come back here, and we got the Golden Funtime Foxy badge. If you need any previous badges, I've already done a stream with them, and I probably won't re-show them again. So. And then the last one, which is the one that we even talked about, is the Springbonnie. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're gonna need to get to level 60. And to get to there, you need to run around here. You can see other people are here. They're all trying to collect parts to get to level 60 here, which is the max level. You can also get up to 1 bonus level. People are running here to collect the parts like I just collected to get that to a high enough number to be able to level up. The higher the level, the more parts you have to collect. So it's 500 to level up 5 levels till you get to 40. Then it's 1,000 to level up by 1 to 60. And then it's up like 5,000 for bonus levels. So that's basically how all that works. Fast tokens is to unlock things inside the levels. You want to get fast tokens really fast. Reach the max bonus level and the max level. So you reach level 60 and you get the max bonus level, which is that one right there right now. So basically, with the bonus level, you can get to a level 61 out of 60. And it'll give you a good amount of fast tokens quickly. That's why you can see a big number of people here in the thousands, because they've reached that max before and managed to get it quickly. So I'm in the pizzeria, you hear right here, and Collusion's here guarding the doorway. You're not getting in there. Get out of here, because only I'm getting in. Okay, so we get to this. This part right here is where the real challenge comes into this, because we're over this fog. Even your flashlight won't help this much. And so right here, these red blocks right here can kill you. So you have to manage to jump across these. There. And then you can see that one right here and right here. Now it gets a little bit easier because we're above the fog now. Wow, that's hard. Whoa, I didn't realize how hard that was. I did not realize how tricky that jump was until now. Also, there it is. Okay, I did not realize how tricky that jump is. And also, there is going to be some lag like this because right now, if I reload overnight, there is currently 38 people here. It's been going around 40 recently because it's been there. So there's a lot of people in the server, and it's kind of causing the server to lag on itself.
I'm lagging for like no reason because there's people, lots of people.
Yeah, there's just so many people. I don't know. It could be from your perform thing if you're doing the perform.
I'm not performing.
Oh, okay, so then it's not that. It's just that. It's all exploding. Yep, bad lag. That is... Yeah. That's lagging for me, and overnight almost never lags for me. So it's kind of exploding, so I'm probably gonna have to do something about that later on.
I can't even move.
I know. Okay, so we make it across this again. Try number 2. And this one's a hard jump. That one you have to run and jump to get across. Whoa! Okay, yeah. Have your flashlight out. That's without a flashlight. That's with a flashlight. So it's just a lot harder. round 2 with this. At least you can actually see the jumps this time. And then jump across right here. And then you make it to the end where you see Springbonnie's head just sitting here waiting for you. And then you get the badge. So that's the 3 newest badges in Overnight. And you get to go around, run around and play with them as much as you want. So now, I'm going to show what these characters have. So, if you want to wait to see what they can do for yourself or what they look like, you can go ahead and just wait and not watch this part. But if you want to see what they can do, you can keep watching. So, we have all of our badges. I just showed how to get these. So, Siren Head. This is Siren Head. He doesn't have much, but he's pretty loud, and you hit people right, you can actually fling him. Like Springbonnie here. If I do it right, you can actually fling him. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it is possible. Some people are better at this than me because they actually practice with it. Like that, right there! Bye! Like I said, some people are better at doing that than me. We also have the jump scare, which is pretty loud. I don't think I have... Yeah, I have my volume only at 1 right now because it's so loud. Those people who keep it around like medium, that's gotta be pretty loud. People at max are probably gonna break your eardrums. And here's this. You know, Siren Head stuff. That's pretty much Siren Head. People really enjoy it a lot more because they can actually fling people around and stuff, and people enjoy doing that to other people. Now we have the Golden Funtime Foxy. Oh, comparison to the regular Funtime Foxy and Golden Funtime Foxy, right there.
They get confusing.
Has its little gold flipping in its hand. You know, the regular, its eyes are probably the coolest part of this whole thing. Just the way the eyes generally look. And then it has, you know, the deactivate. You know, all these. Before its gold likes to spin around. Has its jump scare. Which is pretty much the same. Then music. Yeah, music's the same too, because I forgot to change that. And it has the night mode too, which is pretty cool. Because in the night mode, the gold just spins around. If that had collisions, you'd knock people out of the map. That's just spinning so fast. That's basically the Funtime Fox, the Golden Funtime Fox. And then the Springbonnie, you can see him right here. That's been Shadowface Secret Illusion, who's been following me around this entire time. So this is the big finale guy. Now this guy, he's been worked on for a while. I imported him through Blender, well, from SFM to Blender to Roblox. So that whole thing probably took about a week to make. And then getting it into Roblox maybe about a day. And then I think it was another day to get it all going. So it's been a long project, but it's finally came to an end. Yes, it has a big nose. Fredbear punched him. Yeah, this is a golden. This is known as the prototype Springbonnie, because I know this one isn't too accurate because I kind of sucked at doing it, but it's here. So it's just called prototype Springbonnie. So I did some prototype things. You know, you can see how it glitches a little bit.
Wires.
It has some of the regular Springtrap poses. Yeah, it actually has the. Oh, it doesn't. Never mind. So then there's that. has its own deactivate form. Deactivate 3. But then this perform right here is not. This perform right here is why people want this bad. Just because how insanely just the way it is. I was bored, so I decided to make it. So, well, somebody keeps shining a light, so it makes them glow back. So here's the perform. He just goes crazy in breakdancing.
Siren's head is in the building.
How did Siren Head get in the building?
There's like a chance that he spawns in the building.
Oh wow, well he's stuck then, I guess. Yep. Doesn't perform though, he has his own jump scare too. That's his jump scare, he has his own music. People who listen to Fnaf's praise songs will probably recognize it. If I recognize that thing right there. And then he has his laugh. That wasn't very loud, so I'll play it again louder. Alright, then he has his night mode, which is basically like Springtrap mode, basically. He just goes full Springtrap. He does a Springtrap stand, he has the lights you can see, and he walks around all creepily.
Tell everyone what's coming next.
So, next we have our Fred Bear. You know, something else that people have been waiting for to come in is Fred Bear. So that one is gonna look out of this world. I don't think there's been any other Fredbear that's looked like it in Roblox before, but it's gonna be pretty good. So that'll be in here too, so people can look forward to that. That's some of the plans. We also have Derpy Freddy planned, but that's gonna be a while. So we can see in our planned updates here. So I'm hoping to get Funtime Freddy in first, and then try to get Derpy Freddy, and then finish up the Withered and Toy animatronics. I started working on a new Freddy, so. And then we have the Rise of the Phantom update, which is pretty much what everyone is waiting for.
I've never heard of that.
The Rise of the Phantom is when the Sad Phantom is officially brung into Overnight 2, and where the real story and where Overnight really starts to begin. When it says Rise of the Phantom, that's a really big and important update to Overnight. And pretty much when you get that badge, that's pretty much just going to be signed like, that's the beginning of Overnight. That's when you officially start playing Overnight. Because that Sad Phantom is going to have a lot of abilities to be unlocked and will be able to do a lot of things. So that's a big release, but I've been working on remaking a lot of the models and stuff. Like just the regular Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Fox will be remade. The Dark Phantom here will be remade. It will look mostly the same, but it's going to have some cool differences. And then we'll start getting the Withers and the toy animatronics in, and then we'll start the Rise of the Phantom stuff. And not only that, I've been working on another game too, so I have been very busy trying to get all this stuff in. So this has been a really crazy mess, but we're starting to get here. So That's good.
Did you show them like the new
Isaac?
testing Game Pass?
Who's calling?
Yeah, so there's a new Game Pass out too for the people that want to take a look at it, and it's basically the exact thing that it sounds like. It's called Testings, Clues, and Advantages. So basically what this means is, well, we all know that I have a ton of big updates planned here for overnight, so you'll be able to test the new characters that come out before their release. So then you get to have fun test them, let me know if there's anything broken with them, all that stuff. Then we have the clues, which basically, when you look at it, it gives you hints as to how to get certain characters. It has
really
a delay for guides. So like instant release, it won't be out then, but it'll eventually be out. And then there's advantages. Advantages haven't really been used yet, but basically what it is if there's just like a gigantic obby sitting outside, like the badge is clearly there, but there's a really hard obby to get to it. The advantage will help you in some way to get through that obby and get to the badge. It can teleport you halfway through the obby, so then it'll save you some time or give you a speed boost or a jump boost or something like that. So that's how advantages work. So it's just basically a generally good badge. So that's basically all new with overnight. There's a daily update that'll change all that stuff. That's your choice to get it or not. Just depending on if you want to take the time to get it. That's all your choice. Now, if you need fast tokens and you really want to get them up, maxing your level and bonus level up is the best way. So you can see how I'm making pretty much nothing. If I max myself out by giving me the max bonus level, which is just 1 right now, so I put it to 1 on here. So I pretty much maxed it out, 61, and you can see that this is going up at a steady rate now. So that is your best rate to reach the max Faz tokens quickly. Is by getting to that, then pretty much sit in the game for about 20 minutes and your Faz tokens should be pretty much maxed out, depending on where you are. Now, if it's pretty close to the max, it would probably take about 5 minutes, maybe. If you're starting at the beginning, maybe 30, who knows. That's basically that. But this has been the new update. Biggest thing, this prototype spring shop right here. It's pretty cool. It's been worked on a lot, pretty much all day. And it's really cool, especially that breakdance right there. Yeah, there's a lot of characters. I looked through and there's more characters than I can actually remember, just because there's so much. So we're not even done, nearly close to adding all the characters that we're gonna have into this game, and this is how much we have. So you hit animatronic, and there's stages to unlock. That's how many there are. There are the free animatronics, which are just the 4, but they're free. And then we have our stage 2, which is 5 more, which is a lot. And then there is a 3rd stage with 3, but they're pretty cool too. And then we have our bonus stage right here, which is the thing that you need to max out everything. I actually can't even become that because I'm not maxed just yet. Oh, now I am. And then we have all of our game passes here. This one is a character, this one is not. It's still very useful. This one's a character, this one is a character, this one's just clues. And then this one has 2 more characters in it. And then we have all of these. So there's a lot of characters here, a lot of stuff to do. Oh yeah, and then these. So if you're new to Overnight, it has a lot of stuff here. Simple rules that almost every single game will have. And it even has lore. So there's some lore to the thing here. If you don't have the badge, it just says some things are best left forgotten. If you have the badge, it will release some really good lore. So I'm going to show the first one, which is the Ghost Freddy. You can pause that and read that if you want, just so you can get some basic idea of what this lore is going to be like. Basically, you get it every time you unlock a badge, and then. So overnight's a lot. This is a simple guide. I'm not going to be on it as much as I normally am, so that's probably going to be the end of the stream. This one's just going to be a simple one. Simple guide. And then so. These are how to get the new badges, and you can play around with them, enjoy them, do what you want. And I will see you in the next one. Probably have some more videos or something out. I've gotten some new games and stuff like that to play. So wow, there are people still watching. Okay. Which overnight is the first? Which overnight is it? The first one or the second? This is the second one. So overnight 1 is where a lot of the big stuff took place, where more of the badges are and all that. But overnight 1, that is loud. I'm just gonna turn off the sound, even though that won't really help. But anyways, though, so overnight 1, it has a lot of stuff. The problem is with overnight 1 is it's been worked on so long and it's gotten so big that it just lags to the point to where I couldn't really continue to work on it. So I moved to a second one, which is basically a brand new game. Basically same overnight, just remade, more compatible for all devices. And that's where all the big stuff will come in. So it's really nice. And then game mode, which I guess you could call overnight 3, will come in once overnight 2 completes, but overnight 2 is far from being complete. Yeah, there's a lot. You can see everybody here running around grinding to get all these parts right now. I actually can't collect anymore. It'll collect it, then it'll just knock it back down to 0 because I've reached max. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All the overnight. No, that's just cheating right there. Oh, you actually have an event character here. I've shown how to get that already before. This event right now is currently closed, but it's still a pretty good little character. It's also very loud. Oh yeah, and just so you people want... So, if you guys want an idea for what the character that you get for maxing out your levels in your fantasy circles, I can show that real quick too. Why did you make Lordbender? It's not that Lordbender is louder, it's just that this max character is loud because it's so hard to get. So right here, our bonus stage, which is basically you max out everything. We head into here. Now this is what is called the Shadow Lordbender. This thing is pretty powerful and very loud. So, it has all these things. And then it has its night mode. Simple. Pretty much the same thing as the rest of them. And then the rest of these stuff is pretty much different. So it has this jump scare, which am I at? Okay, I'm at 1, and I'm still going to zoom it out because this is pretty loud. So that's just how loud the Shadow Lordbender is. Very loud.
A thunderstorm.
Yeah, basically. And we got the music. You can listen to that when you get it if you want. And it's got its voice. Then it's music. It's second music. Then it's got its voice, which pretty much anybody who knows what the lore bender is, you know that it's got this meme in it. This extremely dead meme. Very dead meme. And it's got some cool fire effects that circle around it. And then the last, but definitely not the least, probably the best, and what makes this lore bender worth so much is its attack. So, the more bonus levels you have, the more damage this will do. As it literally says attack. So this guy's going to be an example. It does damage to him. The more bonus levels you have, the more damage that is going to do. So if I don't update anything big for very long, that is Ricardo, you would level up and you reach just a bonus level of 10. That's really going to do a lot of damage to it. So that can help. So that's why the Lord Bender is worth what it is. It's just because of that attack. You can definitely make people get away from you with it. I don't know why this is always open. There's always somebody teleporting into these mines and not closing that door. That's pretty much overnight. You know, it's had some background changes. Like if you look at some of the old videos and then this one, you know, you can see that it has some cool light effects. You can see the light filter through the broken parts of the tower there, which is pretty cool. So I had a whole new background. It's got some fog out there. So if I do this, you can just see that the world is surrounded by this massive fog, and it makes it look really cool.
And the sky.
Yeah. When you're in the sky and you just look down, then you just see this fog that looks like it's just holding the map. And I got stuck in a wall. Great. Yeah. You fall from a place too big, that can happen. It's like that can happen up here. So if you're... Because originally, the only way to get to the Fire Fazbear was by coming into this tower right here. You drop down from there, and there's a chance to get stuck, but there's another way in there now. Yeah. Yeah, that's yes. Next time you open up the Void event, can you make a Nightmare Lore Bender? Now, I'm just going to say this right now, and the reason why I probably won't be able to add it is because if anybody knows the Jackal Lore Bender, they know that that is insanely hard. You can ask Collision too. He's done that too. It took him probably maybe 2 hours to be able to get that done.
Yeah.
Because it's basically you fight the Lore Bender, but you only get one life. So you practice, you know. The first two parts, once you get that strategy down, it's easy. But that last part, that timed obby, is where it really comes in. So it probably takes most people a lot, even longer. It took Collusion 2 hours, and he's pretty good at obbies. He's pretty good at it overnight, and he even struggled with that one. So if we were going to make a Nightmare Lore Bender, that would be so unbelievably hard. That's just why. No, but the Jackal Lore Bender is not out, but it's still a really cool character. It also has the damage effect, so if you get that one, it's pretty lucky. Oh my god, there's so many. So normally you can just throw down like a little bit like this to about this point right here, like one of these two places, and you can see that there's actually so many people. So once again, let's see how many people are actually playing overnight right now. So there are 45 people playing overnight right now, which is a lot. 45 is about double the normal, maybe even triple, I don't know. There's 27 people in this server that we're in right now, and then 7 in another one. There's a lot of people playing. So it's just pretty much exploding right now. It probably will end up doing this for the rest of the night, then it'll normally go down to 20. So if you're playing it right now and it lags, it's just because there's so many people. Then it'll most likely calm down. I doubt that it's gonna stay at 40 like this. Because the only other time it got close to this was when I actually released Overnight 2, and there was about 60 people playing it. That was about midday. This one's at night, so if I release sometime midday, it'd probably be like, can't find me, LOL. I'm gonna try to find you in Overnight. I'm gonna make this pretty easy for people to find me in Overnight if you want to follow me around or do whatever. I'm not gonna be doing too much, so. Where should we? I've already shown. So you load in right here, this opening right here. So I'm just gonna stand right here and let people find me. So you just reset, turn around, and I'm right there outside. Fun fact though, I don't know why I'm revealing this to people, but you still, may shock some people, but you actually, I believe you can actually still teleport into the nightmare world that the lore bender is at. I'm pretty sure all that is actually still there.
I tried it and it didn't work.
It didn't?
No.
See now, you'd follow your way down here, you go through the vents, go through the secret entrance right here, you get up here into this area right here. This is where the stuff is. You need Monster Body to get in, and then this is teleport.
It still works for the regular Lorebender teleporter.
Oh yeah, it still does. So you actually can still teleport in here and get this badge if you're lucky enough to glitch in there. So you can actually still get in here and do this fight, surprisingly.
But is it like cheating or something like that?
Yeah. Still a cool boss fight though. It's also still insanely hard. But I'm not going to stick around to do that. I have to reload Overnight now because I teleported into there. But yeah, that's how Overnight is. So yeah, that's just a small little secret that's still there if you're lucky enough to get in there. There's still a big group of people here in the lobby, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. Overnight 1 lags. You can play it if you want to, but that's not relating to the new stuff too. Overnight 2 in progress. This is where the big stuff is and where the fun stuff is. Overnight game mode comes out after Overnight 2, so that one's still not going to be updated too much. Let's still play around though if people want to see that. Overnight is there we go. It looked like the game crashed because if you watch this, you know that teleports you. So here, sometimes it won't teleport you, so you just gotta walk forward, and it teleports you. Just like that. The second I press down W, it teleports. And you get into here. So I'm gonna turn this up to 1. And it looks like either it put me in the other server or everybody left. Collusion, are you still in your game?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the other server then. So this server isn't as active as the other one. This server right here is regular like overnight players. This is a small server. This is like what regular. That's like the average people that play overnight right there. And then the other one is just gigantic. Okay, though.
Boys are sleeping down here.
Alright, so that's probably gonna be the end of this one. Hope you enjoyed the stream and all that. Hopefully it helped with the guide. I'm gonna head off for now. I will stream and do some more videos at some point. I have some new games I'll probably list them on at some point, or if you want to see those. That's been the guide and the newest updates and all that stuff for overnight now. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope it helped you, and I will see you in the next one.